guys, feel free to join us as we bow our heads and lead us into this.
Do you pray with your hands up? Do you put them out? Do you put them together? Is there a particular method?
I
that you
usually
use?
put my hands out like as a give. We'll go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us, that we are able to wake up and rejoice that we are alive and well, and be able to enjoy the little things, which is playing video games with your friends from afar. I don't know why I'm thanking you, Lord, that we're about to play this game. Let this game be a metaphor of how we can get closer to you and be better of who you are. Be better versions of us with your light. Yes, your word is a light unto our feet and a light into my path. And Lord, that I am now still feeling the effects of what hell may be like, because my sauna of a bedroom is a good example, because my AC is still broken. And I pray that you come through and you redeem me and deliver me from the hell of my bedroom.
Oh, that's gonna be us, little barbecue nomies and Tabitha's. Woohoo! Okay.
Oh my gosh, Tabitha! No!
Okay, this is not gonna be good. You have somebody who's afraid of heights, even in the first place. He has sweat and slipped off his keyboard. We've only jumped on the first time.
Oh my god!
I'm scared.
How are you feeling? Are you okay? Trust the process. That's us screaming.
Yelling at me.
Thanks for, making our friendship stronger, man. I feel like we've reached a new level here.
Hello, everyone. That's right. Follow me and know me over on Kick for more fun and chaos, just like that one there. I love that little animation too, Steven TV. It's one of my favorites. I want to do more of them because obviously Nomi and I have been on many adventures on the internet and we've yelled at each other a lot. And so I would love to do more animations like that. But I've just been working on so many different things lately that I'm learning to simplify. I'm learning to simplify and it's not easy, but we're trying. By the way, how do I sound? How does the music sound? Is it too low? But yeah, so we created this little cutie guy over here. Let me see here. Raise the opacity. We made our little Dwelf, Fredward, Frisk, and yeah, love him. Love him. He's so cute. I thought it'd be really great to try to mimic this character in like a digital sketchbook. So you can see here, I made my own little piece of paper in the background here. And I thought it'd be really fun to try to sketch him on that. So I've got my 6B digital pencil. And I'm going to see how this goes. And I don't know. I can always add paper to this, like to the you can't see, but to the side of this, like extend it so that maybe I would make it look like two different pages, and then write the description of the stuff better there. I've got I wanted to have a little surprise for you with the sound. I was going to have voice work reading over what we have created so far with our little characters. But let's just test this out. But it wasn't working. That's why I was a little bit late. I was trying to get it to work and it didn't. So we're just I'm gonna do a little sketch like this and see. I might need to, I don't know. We're just gonna have some fun with this. I didn't know if I wanted to make it like a realistic sketch or if I wanted, like I say, a realistic sketch. If I wanted to do it in sketch form, or if I wanted to try and color it. So we're just going to go this way for now, making it look very much like the book. I know that almost seems like, why would you do that if we've already got it sketched out? But I'm trying something. I'm just going with it. Hey, hello, welcome in, Ronaldo, Utah Toy Hunter. And hi, Biggles. Biggles was I had your stream on for like what 3 hours, 2 hours, something like that while you were doing your thing this morning. I was working on some secret projects. I was working on some. Oh, by the way, I need to put that in the comment section. I was working on some videos for my new channel, and that I can't wait to release to you guys in the new year. Keeping it kind of a secret. There is already a video over there for you guys to check out, but I've got some new stuff coming along. So let me get that. Let me take care of that first. I'm gonna paste that here. And oh, hey, Alasia. I'm sorry, I just pulled up my Kick thing over there, and now I'm like all over the place here. Let me see. Let me bring in the chat. I was gonna pin this. I should have titled it something better. Hey, what are you gonna do? All right, let's paste this here and pin that. There we go. Hey, Terra Crystal, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you guys. Thanks. Sorry, my friends are so weird. Hey, I just muted the weird parts. That's all. Risk it. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on a second. So I'm guessing you guys heard me say the other day how I need a lot of white paint. I guess. Risk it for the biscuit. I'm assuming it's okay that I say that it was. Got me. Dude, I did not know how big these tubes of paint were when I put them on my wish list. Look at this sucker. Look at it. It's like I make a whole fist around it. I mean, this giant tube. It's like toothpaste, like a giant tube of titanium white, because it's not just white, right? If you're a Bob Ross fan, it's white. But then it also came with this giant tube of red, like a giant peppermint stick. Thank you. I definitely needed more of this. And I was starting to run low on my red. Not quite yet, but just starting to. So thank you. I had no idea what this was. And when I pulled it out of the tube, the box, I was like, holy crap. I still can't get over how bad. I've never purchased a tube of paint this big before. Yeah, it should last me a month. That's right. It should. But thank you so much. Thank you for your sweet note, Brisket. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and seeing you out in the real world. Brisket says should be 2 more packages. Oh my. Did you get my DM on Zitter? I did. I just haven't read it. It's been a really busy, crazy day. And now I will never run out, is what Retro says. Yeah, perfect. But I figured with this stream here, we could maybe fix some of the areas that looked a little strange. He already looks so cute. Yeah, hey, Grape. Yeah, you the man. That's right. Thank you to all of you who have decided to spend your hard-earned money and help a girl get art supplies. I never thought I'd be a person that would get gifts like that. That's crazy. And I appreciate it. And they will get used. And I think that's the cool part, is that when you send them to me, I get to use them for your enjoyment. It's not like it's a selfish thing, right? Because you get to see that. So we had kind of been on the fence a little bit about little Fredward's ears here. Like, should they be round? But I'm looking at them. I think round isn't a bad choice. Roundish, not too pointy. Exactly. Girls got to eat. Like, got to save the money, But I think that since Fredward has so many spiky elements to him, kind of, aggressive elements to him, that maybe we should give him the cute little rounded ears. Let's see, that doesn't work. Let's see, trying to make this work. on both sides there. Yeah. Poor little guy. He's just, you guys were, like, on fire last night helping to create this little character. And, so, right now, like I said, we're just kind of sketching him out again. And I'm thinking about adding color. But first, we got to get the line work out of the way. We got to know what it is we're coloring. And maybe we'll fix some of the stuff that we didn't quite have right last night. It was last night, right? I can't. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, did you see on my story where I had like that golden retriever? It's like, okay, this is how I feel the day after, like between December 26th and December 31st, where it's like, okay, I'm confused, I'm tired, I'm full of cheese. I don't even know what day it is, minus the cheese. But hey, it's Memes of Destruction. What's going on is that we're recreating Fredward. And we're going to try to color him a little bit. And Lily's here saying Tabitha. Why are you... What? You color them too? Well, wait, they fly now? We're going to try it. I thought it would be really fun. I wasn't quite done with this creature. And so I wanted to see what else, like how we could maybe improve on him a little bit. And I had this really cool narrative that I recorded where I was going to, for those that were new to the channel, I was going to give you the background story for some of our characters, but my narration, my audio, I didn't put it in MP4 format, so it didn't quite work. Look at his ugly little octopus nose. It's horrifying and so cute. Yeah, so I was going to get you the cat paw cushion, but they don't have that color anymore. Well, thank you. Yeah, these chairs after a while, guys, you just like, I need, not saying you have to do that, but I'm just like, I have realized like I'm getting older. I need like a couch to sit on in my chair, but I need it to turn, you know? I'm in this chair a lot. I might as well be comfortable. I'll look into that. Thank you so much. My little dude here looks like he's seen things. Like, he looks a little nervous. But if we remember from the lore that we created last night, that totally fits with his character. He's eaten one too many nightmares. You know, I was kind of thinking, what if... because we were saying that he was a baby. What if he's like an adolescent, right? And it's not his time yet to eat the dreams. And like a little walrus. Ooh. What if he's, you know, he wasn't, and he did, and he ate the dreams. Is Fredward Stitch's cousin? Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to color this in yet. That might be too much right now. All right. Undo. Let's just sketch it out and we'll color it in. All right, I'll leave a couple of those. And then I was trying to make it where like he had a little snoot. So these are his teeth. So this would have to be like his mouth. Is that what we're doing? Oh no, he's got the Adolf mustache. Grape says, so he's a teenager? No, he's an adolescent. But I would suspect for animals, that's very different from what it would be for humans. Because remember, there's no humans in this world. And then we kind of had... I don't think that helped. Hang on. You're supposed to have like those... We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Nothing is permanent. We can always... All right, so then he's got like the little hairs. I'm not the best at this, so we're just gonna... Oh my god. Give him those little crazy wisps. Some long ear hair, maybe. Is that too much? It makes him look older, doesn't it, if I give him long ear hair? Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think... I think that this is too full. You can't see that, sorry. I think this area here is too full. So I'm going to get rid of some of the... Because he does kind of look like he's wearing a beard. So, let's see. I'm going to need to have... There we go. It needs to be like baby fur. So maybe not so long. Something like that. I feel like this little character, he might be particular. I can just imagine what his voice sounds like. I wish I was good at like animation, because I would totally love to see how that would work too. Here, let's thin his hair. I have to remember too. Hang on, let's have a look. Okay. He's got a very round face. Like Peach Fuzz. Yeah, Grandpa needs to shave them ears. Exactly. I know, history. Happy last weekend of the year. Faux shizzle. All right. Maybe he needs longer hairs. So maybe I've just... need some crazy ones too. He's a little bit crazy. Because you can't have everything perfect. That doesn't make for believability. Little rogue whisker. Sometimes I will do that in my paintings or my pictures on purpose. I will do something that I don't like. Not that it's bad, but that I don't like aesthetically. Because it teaches me to, and it reminds me that that's real life. I think he has one too many now, but that is real life. You know? Oh, I was going to make this longer down in here. That's what it was. It was supposed to be a little darker down here, because that goes into the shadow. That's one way to make, if anybody's looking for some advice on their artwork, that's one way to make your artwork look more believable and more realistic. Is you need to have elements that are not necessarily eye-pleasing. You don't have to, but I'm not really sure what's going on in this area here. Let's leave it as it looks okay. Somebody said on the top of his hair. I mean, you know, you need things that still look good, but this is great because he's supposed to have seen things. Like, he's supposed to have eaten a dream that he wasn't supposed to eat. Hey, Miss Martin Muses is in the chat. Welcome in, madam. How are you? How was your Christmas? How was everything? How's everybody's weekend? If there are no humans, whose dreams does he eat? You don't think animals dream? You don't think animals dream? Besides, it's a fantasy world. They talk. Some of these animals talk to each other. So why can't they dream? You know? There, just a couple of placed ones there. Yeah, I don't think he needs any eyebrows. That'll make him look older because he's kind of, I think he's maybe a little bit hairless and he's just kind of got like this weird beard thing here. But yeah, let's make this a little thicker down here because it goes underneath. Riska says, I'm still here, just lurking while I play Chained Together. It's definitely harder than it looks watching you and Narmi. It is. Are you playing it by yourself? Are you able to play Chained Together? Would defeat the point of playing Chained Together, wouldn't it? All right, let's see if we can fix this poor guy's arms. Let's see. I don't know, I'm just going to sketch out real quick. Yeah. It's terrible, but that's kind of what I was going for. I kind of imagine him with maybe some lanky... Here, he's going to be grasping the underside of this log, maybe. Long, lanky fingers, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I need a reference for that. I can see like the animals that I had in mind last night, playing with randoms. I didn't know you could do that. Suddenly, for a moment, he had a hint of a rude eye. Stop putting your ex-face. He's my non-ex-husband. Okay, get it right. Don't talk about a rude eye. If you can't get his title right, okay? He's not my ex-fake husband. He is my non-ex-husband. We never was married. I need a reference. I'm going to just type in like maybe, I don't know, lemur. Whoops. Hands. Are they considered hands? Oh my. All right, let's put this over here. They are just like jazz hands. Cool. I just don't know how to. So maybe I'm. All right, let's erase some of this here. It's so confusing with the double negatives. It's not that confusing. Let's see. All right, maybe he's like this. Maybe that's what I was missing. Oh my, that's terrible, terrible anatomy. It would need to be back more if it's going to be that long. Or it would just have to be shorter. I don't know. Why does that look so different from what we just did? Like, why does it look like what we had before kind of worked? And then, all right, so let's see. Let's just make him like he's got human hands. This is how you kind of do human hands. Essentially. So we're just going to make it like he... Just 3? Should we give him a 4th? Just have to go back to basic anatomy, even for the animals. Just like these big hands. I can see him with these big hands. Yeah, it looks a little strange. That looks a lot more sketchy. Let's see, how would a hand rest if it was like that? I'm more confused on whose roof these things live on if there are no people. You don't think that you never read like Redwall or something like that? You know, you just don't read much, do you, Fantastic Sarcastic? You don't read a lot of children's books, do you? It shows, okay? It shows. Okay, you might want to look into that. Maybe. This thumbs always give me a fuss and a half. What about Winnie the Pooh? Okay, Winnie the Pooh lived in a tree. Was his house. Lived under the name Saunders. Was his grandfather's name. Or was that? Was that Piglet? Uh-oh. Nah. Not children's books. I'm more of an autobiography guy. Well, you need to change that. Okay, you need to expand. Expand. You need to read about vermin. You know, having adventures. It'll change your life. I don't know how to do this thumb. Like, I'm on the struggle bus of tomorrow already. Winnie the Pooh had Christopher Robin. Yes, that's true. But all right, first of all, Christopher Robin once had a swan, okay, whose name was Winnie. And then he switched over to Winnie the Pooh, and then he switched over to Pooh Bear. And Winnie the Pooh then lived under, that's what it was, Saunders, and then Piglet, his grandfather's name was Trespass's Worth. His father's name was Trespass's William. You don't know your history, do you? Redwall was awesome to read as a kid. It's good as an adult, man. I think that's the best we got right here. That's the best we're gonna get. I don't know. Something is. We might put his arm. I had 2 older brothers. I skipped the whole kids' book stuff and TV. Shame. It's too bad. It's too bad. Let's see. Just kind of branching out, just testing something. I know that looks terrible, but you gotta practice. You gotta try. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. Check Ghostbuster dogs for how I would do the claws. Ghostbuster dogs. Oh, those things. Well, I'm not sure if I want to do claws anymore. Do we want to do claws or do we want to do the little stick-em hands, you know? I read Run Spot Run once. I didn't really read Matt the Rat. I memorized it and fooled my teachers into thinking that I could read. I actually got pulled out of school because they were going to pass me without being able to read because they all thought I could read. And that's when my parents decided to homeschool because the education system failed me. I was just too clever for them. Just too clever. Hey, it's Machiny Draws! I can't wait for you guys to see the collaboration that we did in a video coming soon to the channel that's pinned in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to that channel and ring the notification bell so you get updated of when that video is dropping. That video is going to drop, what's today? It's going to drop New Year's Day, January 1st. It's coming at you like an ex-girlfriend, like an angry ex-girlfriend. I did the whole thing called Play Outside. I played outside and I still know about Saunders and Trespass's William, Trespass's Worth. In fact, I listened to those stories as an adult. Okay? My favorite stories. Winnie the Pooh. What about suction cup figures? Exactly. So I have him kind of just gripping the little log on this particular side here, you know, but I don't know how I'm going to change it. So he would have to have fingers that something like this, which is super cutesy. Could do something like that. What do you guys think? That's not so bad. Yeah, now it's in motion. Now it's in motion, and I like that. I know the guy who did Piglet's voice was in the movie 12 Angry Men. I wouldn't doubt it. Even the 3 bears had a cottage. Thank you. Thank you, history. I know let's see, where is it? Yeah, I don't know why everyone is like Redwall is only for kids. It's not, man. It's got some pretty intense and hard topics in them. I cried during several months. My favorite, which ones are your favorite, Elijah? My favorite, I love Redwall. Of course I do. But I really like Loamhedge, and Tagarung. Those are my top two. I think the school system has failed a lot of kids. Yeah. Not all of them, but yeah, a lot of it is, about is self. But I like this. I like that we now have a little bit of movement in our picture that we didn't have before. I was the same way, Tabitha says, Alasia or Troubled Green. I figured out how to hide the fact that I was dyslexic. My mom eventually figured it out and pulled me out to homeschool. Yeah, it was actually a friend of my mom's who was also homeschooling her kid. We went to the kids and we went to the same church, and she did a test on me after they found out all these issues with me. And she's like, your kid's dyslexic or has dyslexia. And she would hold up the books and she would like turn the pages, and she would have me, or there's what she gave me the book or something like that. And she was like, read the story to me. And I was really little. I was like 4, or excuse me, I was 5. I don't remember this particular moment. I remember her name was Noriega, Mrs. Noriega. I remember like that happened. I don't remember the steps that took place, but basically she gave me the little pamphlet books that we had in kindergarten and said, read them to me. So I would just hold the book and say the story word for word, but I guess I never turned any of the pages. And then when she actually had me try to read, that's when they discovered that I have issues with, and then writing, of course. I still, to this day, when I handwrite in print, I will still have issues with my B's and my D's sometimes, and a couple of other letters, I don't have it as bad as some, but which is why I prefer to write in cursive, honestly, because there's less confusion when it comes to B's and D's, and it's just faster anyway, so... Rackety Tam was a good one. Yeah. B's and D's are quite my nemesis. I knew a kid. P's and Q's sometimes were hard for me too. And I knew a kid who wrote his capital B's backwards and his I's upside down, was how bad his dyslexia was. His name was Bill, and I was like, hey, write your name in the sand. Little kid wrote his capital B backwards, his I upside down, and then LL. I'd never seen that before. So there's that. Okay. All right. So we got some movement. I like it like that. All right. So then we got the back leg here. Which I guess would kind of, well, would need to kind of match the... And we'll just maybe they're like those widespread toes. You get really... I don't want the harsh angles back here. Yeah, and then see what happens. We curve the log a little bit here. So much better. So much better. But you knew what he meant because brains can recognize patterns in odd ways. Yes, exactly. It's just that he did it incorrectly and had to train his brain to do it the right way. Okay, so this one would probably be a little bit... Here we go. What do we think so far about these minor changes? I think they did the body good. I think they did little Fredward's character good. Looks a lot more flexible, and like I said, it looks like he's on the move, I took my ACTs when I was 12, never did my homework, did enough to graduate. My school didn't know what to do with me. Might hate you a little bit. If you would have added to, I graduated early, I don't know if we could be friends. I was that kid that wanted, that really wanted to do well in school. And it was just so hard. It was so hard. Part of it was like validation because I wasn't good with numbers. I've told my story before where I had, back then, you know, even when I was younger, people knew about dyslexia, but it still wasn't taken quite as seriously. And I had dyscalculia, dyslexia with numbers. I'm far worse with my numbers than I am with my letters. And I convinced myself that I was stupid. And I don't, and not in like this sense of, oh, she's just stupid. No, like I really thought that I was unintelligent and that I could never be as smart as other people because everybody always talked about how you need math. And you do, don't get me wrong, how we need math and we need science and all of that stuff requires math, you know. And hey, Jacob Ironside, he is a cute little creature. But yeah, I convinced myself that I could never be intelligent, that I was just hopelessly stupid. And so I dropped out of school and became an artist because it's like, oh, you don't need math. I told myself that I was only good for making things, which is really sad. There are a lot of kids out there that think, oh, I'm not good at this. I guess I'll just draw. Not realizing, number one, how difficult becoming a powerful artist can be, or a drawer, you know, whatever medium you're using. But art, I mean, it's common, and this is not playing on my, go figure, the little violin is playing in the background. This isn't my sob song, okay? But it's true. The arts don't get the credit they deserve. They don't get taken seriously. And when you have kids that are good at art, it's like a plan B, it's a backup plan. And don't get me wrong, I understand that it's a difficult field, and most of the time you can't, unfortunately, pay the bills with it. There's very few people that are very fortunate to be able to turn this particular passion into a bill-paying career. Very few people. But because I wasn't like other people, because I wasn't good at math, because I was so far behind in my grades, and I could never get an A. I just didn't understand the numbers. I didn't understand the formulas. I was very much a why girl is what my mom always said. Like, I questioned everything. I still do, but now I'm a little more respectful of it. And so my dad would try to explain numbers to me. And my dad is just one of those people who's gifted, I'll say it this way, somebody who's gifted in, this is the formula for getting to the answer. And that's all he needs. I'm the kind of person where it's like, okay, here's the formula. Why is the formula like that? I remember when I was learning multiplication and division, and my dad's like, now when you do this, you put a 0 here. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, that's what you do. You draw the 0. I'm like, but where does the 0 come from? Nobody's been able to answer that question, by the way. You know? And so because I couldn't understand that, I couldn't really understand the sequence and the formula for all the other numbers. It's like, if this doesn't make sense, then where do these other numbers go? And so I would get hung up. That was another thing that I had a problem with when I was younger, is that if I couldn't understand one thing, it was almost like my brain shut down and I refused to understand anything else, because it's like, if this doesn't make sense to me, I can't possibly understand the rest of it. And so I just lived that way, unfortunately, for a very long time. I was super embarrassed that I dropped out of school. Super embarrassed. And I never told anybody. And I figured the way that I could trick people into thinking that I was smart. I know Lily's over here really sweet saying, girl, what? You're one of the most intelligent people I've ever known. You have some of the best arguments and points. You make me think and use my brain. I will credit that to my mom and dad, definitely my father. My father is very much a logical thinker. He's like, don't just believe everything everybody says. Ask questions, which is so ironic because he didn't really want me to ask questions when I was in school because he just wanted me to learn because he couldn't answer. But like, no, he was really critical thinking. My dad was really heavy on my brother and I for critical thinking. And I appreciate that. You know, it didn't make sense to me at the time. But so I was under the illusion that I was stupid and that I could never be smart. And so I was like, how can I trick people into thinking I was intelligent? So I read books. I thought, if I can increase my vocabulary, I can trick people into thinking I'm smarter than I really am, not realizing that it was making me more intelligent anyway. So I read nothing but classics, pretty much. I read some kids' books, but I read classics because they use all the highfalutin words. And I expanded my vocabulary, which impressed so many people at my young age. And I could have amazing conversations with people that were twice my age because of my critical thinking skills and because my vocabulary and everything, the books that I read. Because how many, you know, and now, especially even back in the day, but like how many 18 and 21-year-olds do you know that are reading Around the World in 80 Days and who are reading Shakespeare for fun and who are trying to get through Beowulf and you know, all this kind of stuff? How many people you met that can list those books, you know, Fahrenheit 421 and all this stuff for fun, not a school activity, but for fun. And so I hated the fact that I had like this, what I considered a dark secret, my demon, my nemesis. And so, somehow I got into college. I went to community college and I took my art classes and stuff like that, but they were like, you need this, this, and this. And somehow I was able to get in there and I had the best time. I flourished, but I needed my math classes and, you know, things like that. And it just was this thing where it's like this looming dread and this shame, really. Like I dropped out of class. I feel like I'm lying to people. It's always such a thing of embarrassment. It's funny how when you get older, these things change. But so you guys, maybe if you've been around for a while, like I was on one of the first episodes that Drunk 3PO had of his Welcome to the Rebellion podcast. God only knows why he had me on the podcast. But he said he liked artists because artists tend to rebel against the norms. And I gave my story there when he asked, he's like, so what's your greatest accomplishment in life so far? And I told him, I passed a math test. And he's like, oh, come on. He's like, isn't there like a mountain you've climbed or something? And it's again, like people don't understand. They don't understand. So I went back to school. Well, I say back to school, but like I took math classes. I faced my demon. I was a little bit older. And long story short, I studied hard and long, especially the night before my final test. And I took the test without needing a calculator, without needing a double checking. I got I have the paper. It's right up here above my desk. It gives me a little bit of an emotional thing. I didn't expect that to happen. It's been a couple of years, but at 27, I finished my math classes and I got my high school diploma. And I don't remember a single thing that it's not true. I remember integers. That's it. I don't remember a single thing that I took in those math classes, but I proved to myself that day, if I work hard enough, even through the sweat, the tears, and yes, the blood, because I get frustrated very easily when I can't understand things that everybody else can understand. I did it. I have 100% made no mistakes. Not a single one. And that's all I needed. I just had to prove to myself that if I wanted something badly enough. So I keep that up there to remind me that I did it. I didn't have anybody else's help. Well, that's not true. I had YouTube. Math antics save your life. But I did it. I did it all by myself. I paid for my classes. I studied. I did everything myself. I overcame my embarrassment of probably being the oldest person in the classroom. And yeah, here we are, not using anything, making a Dwelf. Oh, life is funny that way. All right, let's get these little barbs in here. Little retail. I'm trying not to cry on stream because nobody needs that. It's one of my proudest moments because it means so much. I did it. I remember when she wrote on my paper 100% A+, and I tried not to cry while I was in class. And after we were, we could collect our stuff and we could leave, I zipped out as fast as I could, crawled into my car, took a picture, just tears running down my face. I took a picture of me holding up my paper, and I sent it to my mom. And I said, I did it. I did it. Sorry about that. Got me in the feels. All right. So I want to encourage you guys. Face your demons. It takes humility, takes a bit of courage, and a little bit of dumb luck. Anyway, what's the chat been saying? Actually, I'm trying to see. Shows how far back. I'm gonna start here. I didn't start doing really well until I got into private Christian school, and they worked more exclusively with me. I wanted to do well, but I also didn't want to do homework assignments. For most classes, I could skate through until I got AP classes or classes based on work, based part of your grade on during the busy work. Math is why I never furthered my education. I couldn't do it. You could, but it's hard. I get it. I get it. Girl, same. I wish we'd been friends in high school. I feel like we wouldn't have felt so alone. I was mocked for being a knitter. Crocheter. Yeah. I was told I looked like an old woman. Actually, if you really pursue the why of math at the advanced level, you get into the stuff that most brilliant mathematicians work on. I was okay at algebra because to me it logically made sense, but fractions and percentages to this day make zero sense to me. I had a hard time with understanding that fractions, the bigger the number, the smaller it was. That just did not compute with me when I would do the problems. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And it wasn't until I was older. And I think that's something that if I ever had kids, I would be more gracious on, because sometimes things just don't click until you're older. And that's just how it is. And you can't hold that against kids. A lot of kids aren't dumb or stupid or lazy. A lot of kids are, but a lot of times it just doesn't click. And if you're trying to force kids, it's hard to know when to do the forcing. Some kids need a swift kick in the butt to, metaphorically, so they would get their work done and get motivated. And some kids, like Exhibit A, some stuff just doesn't click until you're in your 20s. I hate that I'm like that, but here we are. Oh, it's so cute. Good job, Tab. Thank you, Warlock. I'm trying to, like a beautiful mind, level brilliance, but boat always the insanity. The best, my best day in high school was when we started Beowulf. Nice. Yeah, I know. I am totally fine with being a teacher's pet. I have no problem with that. I was like, usually the oldest person in the classroom, except for my photography classes. All my photography classes, they were like ladies in their 40s and 50s. It was awesome, but it was also a little awkward because they all wanted to like talk and bring food, which we liked, but at the same time, it was like my teacher had to be like, ladies, this is not a potluck. You can't be bringing tacos and things like that. They wanted to bring crock pots. Also, more people should read a few of the original Robert E. Howard tales to know how much deeper his Conan and other stories. More people should just read. Yes, don't spam the chat. What an awesomely triumphant story. Thank you. It's no mountain, but it was my hill to climb, or however you want to word that. This little creature is so shocked because he's stolen nightmares of quadratic equations. Girl, you're gonna make me cry. I'm not your dad, but I'm proud. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Z-Born. Hello again to you. I did better when I started homeschool, so I understand. Homeschool's not for everybody, but it's good for a lot of people. I always tell people you have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. I didn't have, we traveled a lot, military family. I didn't have a lot of friends in the crucial social period of my life when I developed social developing period of my life. And most of the people I hung out with were adults, which is not bad. I highly encourage that more children and teenagers hang out with proper adults. The problem is that when they do that, they tend to not socially. How do I word this? They tend to outgrow their peers mentally, logically. Because if you hang, it's like the same thing. The reason why a lot of colleges have all these frat party mindsets is because they're all the same kind of people. Not all of them, but you know what I mean? So for a majority, you've got this. So if you have college kids that would just hang out with adults all the time, they would act less like frat party people and they would act more like responsible adults, because you become, that's a biblical principle. You become more of what you hang around with. And so my brother and I hung out with a lot of adults, which like I said, it's not a bad thing. But when we would hang around our peers, when we did eventually get friends, we just didn't have the same priorities and mindset. We were more responsible and mature in some of our, not everything, but in some of our thinking, because we weren't party people, and we weren't like a lot of our friends would splurge their money on frivolous things because they were like, this was before YOLO, but essentially it was YOLO. And we'd be like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you save your money? Or don't you want a car? Don't you want a house? Don't you want to get married? We sounded like 40-year-olds when we were teenagers, which is not a bad thing. But don't be surprised if your kids don't fit in. And that's going to be hard. It's kind of hard for kids to not fit in, even if they're doing good things. Yeah, I'm going to have Zelda tested when we start activity homeschool. I'm worried about her since dyslexia is genetic and very much runs on the side. Yeah, it's very common now. Homeschool is very different than what it used to be as well. We have a lot more resources and things like that. Tacos where? Thanks for the follow, Big Bird Fun. Hello, how are you? Kick recommended me. Most people call me Bit. Oh, well, welcome in. We're all over the place today, but we're just creating this creepy, cute, adorable little creature. Chat, make sure you let Big Bird feel welcome. I'm trying to get to everybody. Everybody's talking. I did a lot of talking, and I apologize. Trying to catch up. Math wasn't my strong subject. Yeah. I didn't ask questions in school. Yep. Fear of sounding stupid. I never liked talking in front of people. I get it. Trust. Oh my word. I accidentally pushed the back button on my mouse. Are we good? Are we still okay? Is everything working? Book smart is not only the type of intelligence. Having a degree doesn't make you, there's exactly. Like I had to humble myself and eventually learn that book smart wasn't the only smart, that it can actually make you arrogant because you think you're smarter than other people. And then I realized that there's such a thing as street smarts. And again, it needs a balance needs to be had. Algebra is what tripped me up because I see numbers as a constant. Thankfully, I was able to use the photographic memory. Oh, I'm not even going to talk to you. Photographic memory to get through it and test out early. I love hearing how others found a way through. Yeah. I wish I could be one of those people. I had trouble learning how to read. I would get so frustrated, it would bring me to tears, but thanks to my mom, I overcame. Moms are wonderful. I used to hide my phonics behind the couch. I didn't want my mom to find them. Because it's so funny. I hated reading as a kid. I did not want to learn, and I hated it. It was too much work. And then like fast forward like 12, 13 years later, all I wanted to do was read. I wanted to be like Anne of Green Gables. I still can't do math either. I can't do math either. I still use my fingers. I use my fingers all the time. I ain't ashamed of it. Thank you. You're awesome. Congratulations. A great accomplishment and great way to face your fear. Yeah, I just need to implement that in every part of my life now. It takes courage. Thank you, Nick Brown. Makes me like you. Well, Allison Barrett. Hello. I'm trying to get through. So some of you may have heard story time. I feel like I'm not even getting through everything. All right, let me see. What else we got going on? Okay. I think I've got all the details. So if we got rid of this, and then I'm going to put another layer under here. And I'm going to try to color this and see what it looks like. See if we like it. Public speaking was not something necessarily on my bingo card for myself either. But I tell this story a lot and often. Not everybody's heard it. Let's see what kind of brush do I want. Not everybody's heard it, and it's always a form of encouragement, but it's important to surround yourself with good people, as they say. Where's the one that I like to use? I had a pastor who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And he asked me to be a greeter at the church. And I'm introverted. I know, everybody's like, surprise! Like, is that true? How are you introverted? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. Blah, blah, blah. And oops. And so I'm so painfully nervous and I'm shy in front of people. But I was friendly. That was the thing. My parents taught us to be polite and friendly. And my pastor, I was around early 20s. He saw something in me. He's like, I'd love for you to consider being a greeter at the church. And I'm thinking, me? I hate talking to people. I mean, I love talking to people, but I hate talking to people. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna say, he's like, just consider it. He's like, you're friendly. He's like, you're an attractive young woman who is friendly. And it can be a very nurturing and inviting thing for people. He wasn't being creepy. And, I'm also a people pleaser, so I said yes, and I'm glad that I did. It taught me how to talk, how to engage with people, and eventually it led to me teaching, and it led to me singing in front of people. My grandmother just recently sent me a video of my brother and I during a church Christmas cantata thing, and I forgot about it, and I was like, maybe I wonder if I should post that to Twitter. It looks like he has ice cream on his nose. Maybe this is weird. I don't know if this fits, but anyway, sometimes you just got to give it a try and just got the right people on your team. Some kids need a break when they get frustrated and they can attack the problem. Yeah, that's me all the time. Jack, when you say praise God, you sound like a beta. Ho 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 ho. We don't have that kind of language around here, Parks. I hope that every man in this chat says praise God. I hope every man and woman in this chat says praise God, because it takes guts to say praise God anytime, all the time, because it's looked at as effeminate. And I hope that you'll have a change of heart, Logical Spark, because that is strongly discouraged in this. That kind of language is strongly discouraged in this chat. And while you're allowed to say whatever you want to say, please don't just talk about somebody else like that, especially if they're expressing their faith. Strongly discouraged. God, man, it's a whole other story. If I could tell you what God has done for me, for my family, for my friends, you'd have a whole other mindset. Praising God is one of the strongest things that you can do, because it's so humbling. And while I know that doesn't sound really macho and manly, it is, because there's different forms of being macho and manly. Yeah. Hey, it's Jabba the Whoop. All good now. I know. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's Emily Kruger. I'm trying to go through this chat. Oh my goodness. You guys all talked about wonderful things, and yeah, there we go. That's right. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Thank you, Isaac. That's right. Without Jesus, without God, I would not be the person that you all seem to enjoy. I was a very hateful, angry person before God came into my life. And he made me brand new. I am not the same person that I was. All right, he does kind of look like he has a clump of ice cream on his nose. That's right. That's right. Praise God in the chat. Was the video of you and your brother singing Firstborn? Great. It was not. We sung, I hate to say their name after I just started talking about God, but it's the name of their group, the Bare Naked Ladies version of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And Bandit to the Bone? Bandit to the Bone? Hey, Tabs, I did. Thank you. I hope you did too. Should you celebrate charismas? All right. Let's get. That's too white. Yeah, that's what we hear all the time. Oh, that's not white enough. Okay, so since the mole that he's based off is called the star-nosed mole, in our world we would tease him and call him like what? The banana split face, ice cream face. What are we gonna call it? Oh, it's Bane. Bane. You know, I enjoyed the Bane from, was it not Batman and Forever? Batman and Robin? Which one came first? Oh shoot. I liked it a lot. Gets a lot of hate, I know. I liked it. All right, let's see. No, we want it big. We just want to. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm in the zone suddenly. Every time I look at his eyes, it's like, he's just... The star-nosed mole is hideous just because of his... I know! That's why this is really great. I love it. I'm not as into religion as I should be, but I do believe God has a plan for us, and he has things happen in life that seems bad, but in the end up being good for you. Yes. It's really difficult to live that life from the last sentence that you had said, but it's true. It's hard. And sometimes it feels unfair as humans, but that's where faith comes in, where you remember God knows what he's doing and you just have to trust him. Even when you don't think he's doing it the right way, you just still trust him. And Corey, it's not about the religion. It's about the relationship. I'm sure you've heard that before. There's nothing wrong with religion. The Bible even says pure religion and undefiled is that of taking care of the widows and the orphans, helping the needy, helping others. The Bible does say true and pure religion. So when people are like, religion's just this man-made, blah, 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 blah. Look, if you go back to the Bible, it's there. Man has just divided it, that's all. There are bad religions, but there is pure and undefiled religion. But remember, it's about the whole point of religion is to bring you into that relationship with God. It's not supposed to be about doing things. You do things because you love someone, not the other way around. Does that make sense? Batman and Robin, thank you. That's funny. I recently posted an arrangement of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen written years ago on my YouTube. Oh, well, he looks like he's got one of them red turkey things. Yeah, things down here on his face. That's true. I liked that Bane except for his voice. That was weird. It was weird. It was weird. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad. I thought it was weird. I thought it was a very strange choice. Hey, creatively speaking or whatnot, but all right. Oh, these guys. He's so cute. I'm gonna try to stick with muted colors because I'm trying to figure out how to do his eyes. Does this part need to be white too? How do we, or is that, I think I may have done something wrong. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Okay, this is pale. That's why. Something like that. That'll kind of work. Well, are we doing something like this? And we do a little something like that. And, all right, we just gotta figure out kind of like what color he's gonna be. But let's see. What if we just kind of did a kind of a base gray kind of. I'm trying to get better with like simplifying my colors and not really blending too much, which is something I love to do, but I'm trying to save that for painting instead of digital artwork. I wonder, since we've had all this sapness here, what does this one sound like? The Thatched Villager by Kevin MacLeod, or MacLeod, however you pronounce that. It is pretty darn good. Great. That's why we sang it. Rizkit says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. That's my favorite verse in the Bible. Verses. Proverbs 3:5-6. Those are what a lot of people consider it like their life verse. They have life verses or their favorite verses. It's all good, of course, but that's my go-to. If you're in religious circles, a lot of times they'll say, what's your favorite verse? And I will go to that one because it's a promise. It's a promise, and it just helps you to remember you don't have all the answers. And the blessing is, guys, I know it doesn't always feel like a blessing, but the blessing is you don't always have to have the answers. It is a little bit easier just to be like, I say easier. It goes against human nature, where you're like, just trust God, man. Like, just trust God. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. I will be right back, gentlemen and ladies, friends. Have a look at our little friend here, and let me know what kind of colors you think we should have. Should we do like stripes or anything like that? I'm not sure. I will be right back after these messages. All right. Now that I've given you time to think, I don't think it should be too complicated of a character, but muted colors, is that because you don't want the colors to talk? In a way, colors have their own language, so I don't want them to speak too loudly. Wow, my face is like really red. Is there a reason for that? No, I don't want that. Now I'm blurry. Oh. It's probably because of the light shining up at me. Oh well, where's my phone, by the way? I think Nomi was going to text me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the PayPal gift. I just saw that. I was trying to see if Nomi was texting me because we were going to talk about streaming later, maybe with Joe Mama. Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay. You didn't have to do that. Truly, I want to say to you, Unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 18. Yeah, and that's hard. That's hard. I would pay to see the video of you and your brother singing that song. We'll see. Jeremiah 29:11 is one of my favorite verses. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Welcome, Daniel Hackett 143 to the channel. We're getting a lot of new followers lately. Let's go back over here. I haven't forgotten my YouTube friends. We looked at. Have you seen Nosferatu yet? I considered it. I know it's supposed to be horror, and I'm not bigly into horror, but this really caught my attention. Here we go. We're gonna go with some strong shadowing here, just in various places. Oh, looks so good. I like that. Cajun Score says, what I mean is that I am a Christian. Baptists is what I was raised, but I don't go to church like I should. I don't follow the Bible like I should. I'm not perfect and don't claim to be. Yeah, I grew up Baptist too. There's a lot of good teaching in the Baptist circles, but it's like ultimately what saith the Lord, you know? What saith the Lord? It's not about your denomination. It's about your relationship with Jesus, and not everybody going to agree with what Look. You think everybody would have agreed with Abraham when God told him to do what he did? You know, the important thing is that we recognize our faults and our failures. We don't let them condemn us if we're the children of God, but that we recognize it, like, and humble ourselves and change. You know, the second we're comfortable and okay with our shortcomings, is when we got the problem, you know? Okay. I kind of like him to be a light kind of creature, but I've always been partial to be still and know that I'm God, and then press Alt F4. I like Matthew 7:13. They're all good. They're all good. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, and I shall feast at the table spread for me. Everybody, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. All right, just me? Okay. Oh, no, that went a little too far. Oh, I missed some of those good old hymns. My church sings some of the old hymns, and they sing a lot of the newer songs too, and they're good. They're good too, but I did grow up on those old oldie hymns. Nadia said it's more intense instead of scary. Well, that's coming from Nadia. Nadia enjoys that stuff. I'm not saying Nadia is wrong, but she also really enjoys that stuff. So, you know, good for Nadia, for sure. All right. Well, from a reviewer I watched, he said Nosferatu is a good movie, but there is one scene where you see his jaw. No. Well, I guess I'll be waiting for it to stream and then skip over stuff or just not watch it at all. Why they gotta be like that? Who needs to see the appendages of a dead man? Like, who needs to see that? Not me. I prefer to keep my ass clean as possible. But to each their own. I have yet to watch the original Nosferatu. I need to, because it looks really cool. I do like some of the vampiric stuff. Not a lot, not as much as some, but I like our creature. I know it doesn't really look like I'm doing much. You probably can't really see this part here, but there's actually like a bit that's done. Sometimes it's the subtleties, and I also noticed that it looks a little different in the camera. than it does on my screen here. Sorry for the, if it's lost in translation. Wow, this is good. As a pastor, I need to hear all that. Wonderful, John Graber. Wonderful. You don't have an easy job. I know. I know you don't have an easy job. So I'm glad we could encourage you and we could find each other in the faith, All right. I guess we're just going to I kind of liked him with just the parchment underneath. But, I mean, maybe in a couple of areas, giving him some highlights. Last time I sang was at a funeral. Didn't start out as one, but what? Last time I sang was at a funeral. Didn't start out as one, but fantastic. Nosferatu was directed by the same guy who did The Lighthouse and The Witch. The atmosphere and build-up, and I bet they are. I've seen snippets of The Lighthouse. Looks pretty incredible. All right. Oh, I don't have. I know what I am lacking. I don't have the shadows over here. Oops. Okay, kind of messed up on that there. I just don't want it to look old. Because he needs the shadow. It's a bit much. This big open space gets a little bit more difficult to know where to put some of the shadows. I will admit. I'll have to ask Nadia. Be like, Nadia, are there vampiric weebies in this movie? Otherwise, I'm out. Yeah, see, I feel like I've aged him. I don't like that. Also, the director is notorious for not changing anything that the studio wants because he is an artist and doesn't want to change his vision because the studios can't market. I get that. But at the end of the day, it's like you're trying to make money, right? It's hard. It's hard being an artist because you don't want to change your vision because you see the world differently. But the world, how do they say it? The world looks at itself in dollars and bills or whatever it is. Here we go. I just figured out, like, look, we're just going to give him a strong shadow. Although I may have messed up at the top there. He's looking into the light, which is funny because they're they're nighttime creatures. What do we think, guys? What do we think? I'm really happy with him. Yeah, he looks like he's looking directly into some kind of... I don't know if I need to darken this up a little bit. Because I could, do that, like, and then just have different kind of highlights on there. Oh, that might be better. Let's have a look. I mean, I would do it again and clean it up, but... Yeah, I kind of wonder if I need him to be... He's looking into your dreams. Yeah, that might be exactly it here. And like I said, I feel like he might have been a little too dark. or too bright, excuse me. So we're gonna, this way he still has highlights, but they're a little bit muted. I'm so proud. This is going to sound weird, but I am so proud of how far I've come with my artwork. There's still a long way to go. And sometimes I feel like there's just a really, really short time to get there, but oops. Oops. Art is never completed, said Andy Masterson's, just abandoned. You know, I think that's true most of the time, sir. I will agree to that. But there have been a couple of pieces I think that I've looked at. I painted Hogwarts Castle in my early days of streaming, my first days of streaming. I painted Hogwarts Castle with a palette knife, and I was, here we go. He's so cute. I feel like I accomplished that one. Like I feel like I do think that one's finished. But I understand what you're saying. Like that is the famous quote. It's a funny life that we live, for sure. If this area here is still far too bright, I'm not quite sure what it is. See, that looks so unintentional. Because it's like he's got this hump in the middle of his head. Maybe. Tell you what we gonna do. Might be better. Let's have a look at him without color. Abandon before you ruin it. Haram the blue. Yeah, it's true. I've had to do that many times. I'm like, I'm gonna stop. It's not exactly perfect, but I like the way it looks, and I'm just gonna have to stop. And that is another art challenge that we have to face is like when to stop. Here we go. That worked out. When to stop. Ugh. Never-ending battle. Oh, thank you. You've done amazing work. Never sell yourself short. Most of us are still finding our footing. This is true. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I know. The little sprigs on his head are perfect. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I was an art major in college in the 80s, and I still find myself wanting to fix things. Yeah. Hey, it's Shmoo! Shmoo Raid. Well, thank you. Tell me about it. I got back into photography about 10 years ago, still learning. I have a lot of... Yeah, and then because everything is always evolving, you gotta have to relearn things, and it's a lot. It's a lot. That is the hard part, says Zborn. Yep. Okay. I think this part of the ear is maybe too... maybe I need to change that to this kind of pinky color in here. Maybe that's what he needs. Yeah. That was definitely helpful, but it needs to be darker on this side. I'm so happy with him. Guys, thank you for sharing in the stream today. And especially yesterday that we all created this little guy. He is so adorbs. Oh my gosh. And then I think we're leaving without any stripes and stuff like that. I'm going to do this. I think I need to stick with the same brush. Our little digital field guide. No. Get a little closer here to a little. I keep wanting to call him Fredwick. Fredward. That's right. Fredward, not Fredwick. Although Fredwick would have been cool too. Okay. Let's see. Do you guys have any like New Year's traditions? I don't know that we have too many. We had too many growing up. A lot of times we would have like church parties and stuff like that, which were really fun. My parents were really good at hosting. They were youth pastors. And so we would have people over and we'd play games and all that stuff and have amazing food. My mom's an amazing cook. Just curious, what do you guys do for New Year? I know like the traditional thing is stay up, go out party or whatever like that. And it depends on how old you are, but like meeting at somebody's house and staying up till midnight and toasting in the new year. But you guys have any like other kind of, traditions? Or are there like different American traditions that I'm not aware of? Oh my gosh, guys. It would be really cool. And I'm just, I'm dreaming tabs that I never stop dreaming. This would be so cool if I did this with all of our characters and we made a book that you guys could have of all the characters that you guys helped design. That'd be kind of cool. I would want a book of that. I mean, I know I have the book. But like to have an entire book with characters like this would be kind of cool. I love it when you stream like this. It's like sitting down and talking to a good friend. Well, thank you. Some Dwelfs are one color, others have stripes. Well, remember, we did talk about maybe there were the nightmare door. Oh, guys, maybe we could add that to the lore. So last night we talked about how there might be like the Dwelves that eat like your nightmares and then the ones that eat your dreams. Maybe this guy feasts on dreams and he ate a nightmare instead. And that's why he's so crazy. Could be. Hey, Zborn. Well, I have to go, but as well, thanks for your help with the other night to get me started. I hope that your dragon turns out wonderfully. Thanks for stopping by. Nope, I don't even party. I've heard of eating black-eyed peas on New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's supposed to bring you good luck. Yeah, there's like a Southern tradition where it's hog's jowl and black-eyed peas and things like that. I know that that's a huge Southern tradition. I've never had hog's jowl that I know of. Okay, so what we're going to put up here. And all my stars and garters is 1-800-DANKY. For a good time, call 1-800. Thank you. I want a copy of that book. Who knows, guys? Maybe in the future that might be something we could do. Like, we'll put all these characters into this book with the lore that you guys helped create. That'd be a really cool book. Painting is great. Thank you. Danky, I will be in contact with you. Thank you for your and our other friend, your graciousness. I'll be in contact with you again about we might be doing a challenge together, guys. What was this? Eat 12 grapes for 12 good months and walk around the block with an empty suitcase to unload years of baggage. Do people do that? Nightmare Dwelves could have some red in their fur. Ookie. Yeah. All right, so I'm trying to see get my pencil back out. Okay. His name is Fredward. Fredward. Frisk. Oh, no, I did it on the wrong layer. Such a silly maneuver, Tabitha. What are you doing? Do I want it in black? Okay. Make it a little bit darker. I don't know. Back in the day, they used to do the little squiggle things. Oh, there we go. Oh, that turned out better than I thought. Okay. Although I would like to maybe... Trying to remember that not everything needs to be perfect. It's supposed to be like a field guide, but nevertheless. Fredward Fisk. Okay. Thank you, Terra Crystal. I told you that... I think the Fantastic Beast book from Tabitha would be pretty cool, says Memes. You never know, guys. You never know. I like how you do your Fs. I learned how to do that. I used to love, like I said, I was an Anne Green Gables gal, and I loved penmanship. My grandmother had exquisite pen. She has exquisite penmanship, and I'm still not that great. Left-handed people have a little bit of an obstacle because we're going the wrong way, you know, because right-handed people, how do you guys do that? See, if I were to do... Oops, got a little bit backwards there. But if I were to do it that way, it'd be a little bit easier. But if I'm doing it the right hand... Oops, I was got my letter. It would be a little bit easier just because you can't tell. I forget that you can't see my hand. So left-handed people have to go against, and it can make the letters kind of wonky, but you know. My father used to do handwriting analysis. It was an amazing... it's pretty cool. I made my daughter an action figure of herself as a Hufflepuff. I'm a Ravenclaw. Okay, so hang on. Dwelf. So we can always add more, but what's the basics of our... Let's see. This is a field guide. So, Dwelf. The height... Our little dude is small. It always looks more fancy if it's in centimeters than it is if it's in inches. I'd have to convert, though. How many... Like, this little dude, I want to say he's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches tall. Let's see, convert inches into centimeters. Okay, so how about 4, maybe 10, 4 inches? It's about this big. So, all right, so he's about 10.16. All right. 10.16. Oops, that M needs help. Okay, I don't know the weight. A couple of ounces. Hey, it's Dale Cruz. Welcome in, sir. Glad you're here. We're finishing up here with our little Fredward Frisk, our little Dwelf. Let's see. What do you usually do? Like, there's usually like the weight, the height, the color. Let's see. I'll just write. Oops. Nocturnal. It's kind of slippery writing on this glass. It's not like paper. Psychotic mongoose in the house. You think he's 56 grams? How heavy is that? I'm gonna write male. And then over here, let's see, 2 ounces. I'm not good with weight. I will admit that I am size challenged. Feet, inches, spatially, what I call spatially challenged. It doesn't matter if it's a liquid or a solid, anything with weight and numbers. Like I can't. You could tell me it's 3 feet, and I'm probably off by 2 feet. Like I probably think it's bigger than it really is. Like there's more in the cup than I think. 2 ounces, I'm a little bit lost. Like I need visuals. That was the other thing too. Is like I learned better with visuals. Yeah. Well, height, nocturnal, male. Oh, we'll put over here in like dastardly letters. Dream eater. I don't know. It was kind of weird off to the side, doesn't it? Yeah, a lot of kids have to, or are forced to become right-handed because a lot of people can't do both. And so, like I said, if it, you're bad at that as well. Well, oh, yeah. I have no idea. I now understand what like an 8x10 is because I'm so familiar with paper. But like if it goes beyond what I'm not accustomed to, I have no idea. I have a good idea of what like 6 to 8 pounds is because of my parents' dogs, my Yorkies. So I have a good understanding of that. I'm still a little bit amazed. Sometimes, but yeah. Yes. I don't know if I really like this Dream Eater thing over here. I don't think it looks spooky enough, to be honest, but maybe I should write it and then, like, look like it's trying to be erased. Like, maybe we don't talk about that. Let me try that again. And then we'll take this and we'll just be like, oh, but it needs to be like a smear. Hang on a second. I have that. That's so flippin' cool. Oh. It's a good one. No, unfortunately, Grape, those ones have passed on. They are no longer with us. Does that look okay? Or should I add what old Renaissance boomer said? Beware of this creature, for he will consume your dreams. Should I add that? Or maybe should I write, beware of this creature, for he will consume your dreams. Smudge it out because it's too long, and then just write Dream Eater. By the way, I had no idea. I knew I could blend things. I had no idea I could make it look like eraser markings. So thank you for this opportunity to learn. Kayla Chow, what's up? I think I'm going to do that, guys. I think I'm going to write down what old Renaissance boomer said, and then I'll smudge it out like it was trying to be erased because it's like, it's too long to get the point across. And then let me just add another layer here. I think that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the way that we have to go. I think that's the way we got to go. All right. Let me get back up here and all right. Beware. Where is it at? Beware of this creature. This glass is so slippery for writing. There's like no resistance, so my pen just wants to like shoot off. Beware of this creature. Or he will. Okay, we got that. Now we smudgy smudge. I'm gonna pretend like I. Might be a little much. What do you think? Hang on. What does that do? I want to be able to see beware. A lot of work to make this look like it's being erased. It's a little much. It's a little much. Keep it blurry, says Memes, on purpose because the thought is being consumed. Well, exactly. That's what these is all about. It's not just me creating this thing. All right, hang on. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I just feel like if you're going to make it look like you tried to erase it, there should be more to it. Like some of the things... I'm trying to imagine like if, okay, what I should do is take my pencil the way I really... That's the trick. Okay. And then we write. Or maybe without the dots. We can always shift this around if we needed to. So cool. Guys, I'm in love with this style. The fact that we can make those pages look old and like there's erase marks in here. Should I put this? Yeah. No, I think it's over in the corner is probably the best spot. It's just, I guess it kind of bothers me that there's nothing going on in this spot area here. It just kind of looks blank. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Might take away from... It is what it is. It's got to look realistic, right? It's got to look realistic. Okay, well. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Oh my gosh. He is so sweet. He's so cute and so dangerous. I love him. So what I can do, like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I can increase the page size, change the canvas size, and so I can make it look like there's another page over, next to him over here, and then I can write the rest of the information on that page, and I can make it sound a little bit better than what it was written, because when we write it together, it's really fast paced and just kind of getting all the bullet points essentially. And so I really like him, guys. I love him. I need to make some intro outro videos for these things. More is coming. A lot is going to be changing. A lot is going to be staying the same for this channel in 2024. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me hearing my sob stories, my triumphant stories, and then creating this character. He's so cute. I can't help it. I also thought, depends on how many people would be interested in that, but in the future, not anytime soon, but in the future, it might be fun to have little bundle packs of some of our creatures as little stickers and things like that. I don't know. I thought about maybe putting that up on my Patreon. It might just be easier having it there. I don't know. I'm looking into different avenues. But for people that might be interested in, because this is part of your artwork. It's part of your story. It's my artwork, but it's your ideas. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to fuse it all together. We're the dream team. By the people, for the people, you know? Cajun Corey says, I enjoy the stream. I love these chill streams where we can just chat about different... Always. I love talking about everything, pretty much. Almost. Except for maybe Nosferatu, you know... things. What about the Dream Eater above Beware in the area you point out? Well, it seemed like it would be good for an afterthought. Let me see something. I'm sure I'll play around with it some more, but maybe... What if I just put it right there? You mean put it up here? I feel like that's off. I think it carries... It's not a bad idea, but I think it conveys the idea that... maybe just bigger. No, I don't like it bigger. I think it conveys the idea that it was an afterthought. Right. Am I going to be playing games later on tonight? Probably. And Nomi and I are talking about a New Year's Eve party stream with a special game that you guys have never seen us play. So keep an eye out for that. I need to figure out how to stream to my gaming channel over here on YouTube and Kick. There's supposed to be that rewire something where you don't have to go through all this and the third. I have to figure it out. It's a little confusing. But we'll get it figured out. Good things are coming in 2025. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. Might take a break. Might take a break. We'll see. If not, we might just keep it easy and simple, and we will just create another one of our creatures on the digital page and have fun painting and doing. Hey, it's Demogenize saying, hey sis, just lurking while I stream. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Same to you. I hope that it's been a good year for you. I hope it's been a good year for all of you, and that 2025 is miraculous. I know it's going to take a lot of work, but I hope that your dreams come true. I should ask Restream. Thank you. I should ask Beardo about that. I've been told I should ask Beardo about a lot of things, and that he's a tech wizard. Oh, I feel like I should make a chibi out of that. I did make a chibi out of a certain kind of wizard, because over on my other channel, the pinned comment, somebody suggested an art prompt, which you guys can be a part of if you go over to that channel and check out the community tab for some upcoming art challenges where I'm taking your ideas and bringing them to life. And so maybe I should look at that. Yeah, exactly. There's a way. But see you guys all later. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are great.
Let me make this as monosyllabic as possible. I don't much care for this crew you hired. They're... how did I describe them? I don't know. I said something rather good this morning before coffee.
A ludicrous parcel of drivelling